supported 600 organizations. Employees gave back over $200,000 and logged nearly 5,000 volunteer hours across Louisiana, all in 2023. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
Hey, good morning, everyone. There's a look out at Toledo Bend this morning, 81 degrees, dew point 75. Got a few clouds there on the horizon toward Texas. And yes, Mom, it is hotter than heck up there. Mom lives in Missouri. And I've seen a lot of posts on this from up in that area. And especially for Iowa and Illinois, this is the season when the corn is mature up there and they get what they call corn sweat. And corn releases a ton of water and makes those dew points shoot crazy high. So up in the 80s in some cases, in many cases. And that puts the heat index sometimes up as high as like 120 or even higher a little bit. But so yeah, it's hot, it's humid. People always said, you've never had humidity like Louisiana humidity. If you ever want to rival that, get into a cornfield in Iowa in the middle of July, August, something like that. It is just nasty. So 81 degrees, no corn in sight. So the dew points are in the mid 70s out at Toledo Bend and looks beautiful. Let's see what we look like here in town. Pretty clear skies. 82 dew point is 75. Traffic moving along nicely. No mischief that I see. And it looks like today is going to be a hot one, probably our hottest day for the next week at least. That upper level system continues to spin out into Texas. Nothing surface based here, but we do have those thunderstorms that are out over the Gulf of Mexico. I think we're going to get a couple of letdowns the next couple of days. Like it may look a little encouraging, especially tomorrow for the rainfall, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Beyond that, once we get toward the end of the week into the weekend, rain chances really do beef up. Sorry, lost it there for a second. Mid 90s for highs today. There we go. I'm back. 101 degrees in Monroe, so it's still going to be that we still have that potential for some triple digits up that way. Overnight lows tonight in the mid 70s for most of us, maybe some 80s in certain spots. And yeah, 80 for New Orleans. Going to be muggy down that way. Mid 90s for your highs today from 95 to about 98 degrees. So the last really hot day before we start to at least get some clouds in the area. And yeah, we'll see some clouds. Saw some high clouds yesterday with that upper feature kind of passing off to the south. And for today, it looks cloudier than it is. I think we'll see the high clouds, but they'll be kind of thin, kind of filtered sunshine. Maybe some showers down south especially. But look at tomorrow. Like that looks like, oh my gosh, we're going to get tons of rain. And what I think is going to happen here is we'll see some pretty significant storms down to the south, but this is going to be one of those things where they really kind of fade out as they push into central Louisiana. So maybe some clouds, maybe some light rain to keep it a little bit cooler, but I think the heavier rainfall that's really going to help things out in the bean fields and in the yards, I think that comes in starting Thursday and then especially Friday into the weekend. No severe threat for today. Could be a rumble or two of thunder out there, but I don't see any big problems. All that is going to be up into the Great Lakes. But look at this now. Finally, the rainfall outlook has caught up pretty much to what I think. I still think we're going to see more up here in the next week than this, but we got greens and yellows, even some reds down there in extreme southwest Louisiana. We're looking at probably 1 to 3 inches by the time we get into early next week. So it looks like we're going to see plenty of rainfall through the next 5, 6, 7 days. And then I think beyond that, we keep at least some rain chances in. So we're not going to flip back to totally dry. So, it's not going to be enough to completely fix everyone's problems, but I do think we're going to see some good news, some beneficial rain. Looking at the Gulf of Mexico, there's that upper feature that is moving toward Texas, looking out into the Atlantic a bit further. This is the system we're watching. Looks like this one will develop, but it's going to be pretty far out into the future. So right now at a 20% chance for development in the next 7 days, and you can see it's got a ways to go. But what's going to happen down the road with this? First off, I'll show you kind of the corridor where we think this is going to develop, and that's going to be probably, it's probably going to develop as it heads toward the islands here over the next 4 or 5 days. And generally what I'm seeing here is more of a hook out toward the open Atlantic, maybe the eastern seaboard or something like this. Yes, there are going to be solutions that bring it back this way, but the lion's share of things take this well to our east. So we're going to watch it. It's still far out and lots can happen. But right now, this one is not one that I'm anxiously awaiting each run of models to see if the cluster is bringing them closer or kind of solidifying over our area. What I am looking at and what I did do, I took temperatures down into the 80s. It was only a couple of degrees on a couple of days there from Thursday through Monday. So upper 80s, overnight lows, low to mid 70s. That is after, of course, we get through today and tomorrow. Rain chances low for today. They come up tomorrow, kind of the transition day. And then I think thunderstorms are pretty widespread from Thursday through Friday. And we keep rain chances decently high Saturday through Monday, and I think that continues. Maybe a little bit lower, but it continues into the next week after this one. So I'm losing track of my days here. But look at this. Near normal, maybe a little bit above normal for September 4th through the 10th, and then your rain a little bit above normal, so we kind of keep with that. So it looks like we're going to kind of repair some of the damage. We've had this brief dry period that we can handle, a few weeks, a month we can do. It's when you get 3, 4, 5 months that you have the big problems and you start to heat up and you're 105, 110 every day, and nobody likes that. So yeah, we need the rain. Yeah, and you saw the Fisher people. There was a guy he had a bass boat and he came right out in front of the camera, and I thought he was going to show me his catch or something. I was about to jump in on the countdown, but then he just got in the seat and took off. So very fun stuff. Now, tomorrow I am not going to be broadcasting live. I will be flying. So we have to go to New Orleans this evening. We fly to Nashville, then we fly to Raleigh-Durham, and then we drive to Goldsboro, going to see my baby cousin's wedding. So I'll be doing live after that. So Thursday through the weekend and everything, I'll be back live, and we'll be talking in the mornings and all that. Tom will take over any sort of warnings or anything, and what an amazing plan that is. If I'm out of town, you got Tom Convica. I mean, if I'm in town, you've got Tom Convica. So yeah, tomorrow I won't be here, but figured I could try to shoehorn something in at 5 a.m., but you kind of get the idea here, and Tom will take that over. So yeah, we're going to go out there. Mom's going out there, going to have a big old family reunion out there in the Carolinas, and going to have some fun and hopefully some good weather, because this wedding is partially outdoors, which always, I think the wedding is, but then the reception, I think that's inside. Something like that. There is outdoor stuff going into it, which is always terrifying if you're a meteorologist or, a bride or a groom. So I will see you guys Thursday. Have a wonderful week. Hopefully you get the rain you need, and I'll be watching things closely, even from afar. I will see you later.